Let's do this one, this Prager one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We should have more leather chairs in our setup and a
Can we have a
I-
fireplace?
Honestly,
We have the
like,
fireplace in the studio.
I would
Sam.
be down.
this is the setup. Like the fireplace, the bookshelf, the leather chair. Benjamin and I used to make videos 25 years ago that would mock this. It's like a parody of itself. It was basically how you, back in the day, you would establish that you were an expert on something.
Right.
Was to pretend like I'm doing this from my library. Go ahead.
Would I read many things?
For all intents and purposes, the United States is going through a golden age right now. We're barely at war. I mean, obviously we have troops in Afghanistan who are risking and sometimes dying, risking their lives and sometimes dying. But basically we're at peace.
Pause it. We're literally bombing like what? Half a dozen countries?
7. Yeah, over half a dozen.
And we have almost 800 bases around the globe. But yes, we're not involved in a world war, and we're not involved in a full-scale invasion or occupation of a country. So I guess that's what he's talking about.
To adapt a phrase, little wars are peace.
Right. And so is he going to thank Obama for this? But all right, go ahead.
The economy is remarkably robust, uniquely so, essentially in the world. The University of Pennsylvania just published a study that there's less racial tension today than there was under Barack Obama. Because if you look in real life, there's virtually no racial tension. In the life of the average American, is there tension when people of different ethnicities meet? A white meets a Hispanic meets a black meets an Asian? Nobody cares. That's the amazing thing. The vast majority of Americans don't care. If it weren't for the left screaming and hysterical and angry and cursing, the country would have very little tension.
Well, there you go. He's giddy over
Very
that.
little tension.
What did that
he just looks
UPenn
like he just had one of
study
those date nights with his wife.
I'm trying to look that up right now.
I
Of
wonder
course,
how
there's
they're-
less racial tension.
It's like it's the same thing as the sides argument that we always reference, right?
Yeah, this is like express prejudice. I don't know how much stock you can put into this study. I would say like hate crime incidents would be the first metric I would look for before this study, but
It could be that there is broadly less racial tension and more racial attacks, so that the increasingly isolated members of the Republican Party are becoming more violent in some respects. That's hilarious. Well, we'll look into that. But he seems very excited about it. But the economy, the lack of wars, these were all trajectories that were set by Obama. And Trump has yet to derail them, although, there's an uptick, obviously, in what we did in Yemen and in terms of
Significant uptick.
our engagements in terms of drone work. We have pretty high tensions with Iran.
Way
And we
higher.
have-
And just to add, just China, I mean, not anytime soon, but historically speaking, during like these transitions from one power arrangement to a next, it's not like these economic conflicts don't sometimes lead to real conflicts.
yeah, and I'm looking at the study now. It says they question whether the president may have normalized views, essentially authorizing white Americans to more openly express prejudice. They found the opposite. But, I mean, it could be the case that those certain Americans are less willing to express prejudice to, like, the way they study this because they see Trump's example, yet people are getting more racist and there's more racist attacks, for instance. That's not, like, expressing an opinion, that's carrying out an act. I don't know.
Hate crimes have also increased for the third consecutive year, so I don't know.